Now, if you're like me, you don't eat to live, you live to eat. I'm Tom Dalton from the Emmy Award-winning PBS television program Under the Radar Michigan. And if you're a bona fide foodie, you gotta follow me to this place. Have you unfortunately developed a taste for freezer burn? Yeah, me too. Well, I've got a revolutionary old idea for you that's gonna save both of us.
It's called shopping local and buying fresh often. And the best new place to do that in these parts is the Grand Rapids Downtown Market. It's a state-of-the-art facility that takes the old concept of the farmer's market way into the new millennium. Mimi Fritz is the CEO here, and she explained how the market is bringing fresh and artisan foods to urbanites across the city.
We've discovered from doing this show that people all over Michigan are reconnecting with their downtowns and their cities, and a market like this is so perfect for that. How long have you guys been here now?
We opened to the public on September 1, so just a short time now.
Oh, so you just opened?
We did, but the process to get open was many years.
I was going to ask you, wasn't there a farmer's market here like 100 years ago?
Yes, there was. So initially the idea was that we were going to preserve the buildings and be able to use them to build the market in, but that didn't happen after we did a lot of testing and they just weren't structurally sound. So they all had to come down, unfortunately. And what we did though is we used a lot of the old buildings. So any of the wood you see is actually wood from the buildings that were here before. And then as much of the buildings that we could grind up, we ground up, and it's the first layer of asphalt underneath that in our parking lot. So the buildings are kind of still here.
I would love to have a market like this close to me. It's funny, it took me going to Europe and seeing how the Europeans deal with food to change my philosophy on food. Every day you'd see them stopping by the little market on their way home, picking up something fresh to have for dinner that night, as opposed to pulling something out of a freezer, unwrapping it out of cellophane and cooking it. And that's why markets like this are helping the whole food movement, food culture, the agricultural culture, and it's helping cities. It's just helping people live in cities.
And in the core of the cities as well, because in this area there wasn't really any place to buy food or groceries, especially fresh or local. So this really fills a void to all the people who live not only downtown but in the surrounding areas as well. They don't have to get in a car and drive 15 miles to a grocery store.
For you personally, what's the most rewarding thing about doing this?
I would say that it's the smiles that I see on people's faces. There was a lot of work and a lot of years that went into this project, and it's great to walk around and see somebody enjoying themselves.
You know why there's smiles on their faces? Because you're putting good food in their tummies.
I know.
Nice job.
Thank you.
The Grand Rapids City Market is so much more than a market. It's a place for the community to meet, learn, shop, and share. Every city should have a market like this one, and everyone should come to Grand Rapids because it's a city that's taking the solid traditions of the past and turning them into a brighter future for all of us. And I like that.